I'll be right on Virtual Advantage Radio, North Carolina's premier blended learning talk show. Who says radio can't be educational? I'm Jay Bell, and I'm here with my partner, Adam.
Hello, this is Adam Renfro. Jay, were you in the discussion this week on modular learning?
No, I wasn't. I heard about it, though. What did they end up talking about?
Pretty interesting. In the spring, we are going to offer modular courses where students they don't have to wait to fail a course to take advantage of our credit recovery program. So, for instance, if a student were to fail the unit on polynomials in algebra, the school can enroll the student in that course with us. Just take the unit on polynomials. They'd still be taking their regular credit or their regular course with their teacher, but they'd be able to catch back up on that particular unit, and we would issue a mastery type grade. So look forward to that this spring.
Wow, let me see if I have my head around this. You're telling me that if I'm teaching in a face-to-face class and I'm the algebra teacher, and my kid kind of trips up over the polynomial unit, I can enroll him in just that module or just that unit and continue going forward, but as he catches up?
Yeah, exactly. So, and when you think about it from an education standpoint, how could you move those students forward that haven't mastered that fundamental? But when you're in the traditional classroom, you don't have much of a choice. You got 30 students in class, and they all have to be on pace with you, or unless your school can provide something before or after school, maybe. But this will fill in that gap. So those students that fall behind, that don't understand some of those fundamental concepts, they can take the modular unit with us and catch back up and be on pace with their peers.
Man, that is incredible blended learning. I love to hear that. Well, let me ask you one more question about that before we move on. Did they decide, and when I say they, did North Carolina Virtual decide on the courses or the subjects and when we might be rolling this out?
Well, good question. It's not going to happen right away. It's going to happen in the spring, but the courses won't be there to register at the beginning of spring, because the idea is that students are in their traditional course, and they'll have to be far enough along to actually fail a unit. So it's going to be available later in the spring, but also on a limited basis. We're going to pilot it first with a handful of districts and then roll it out on a bigger scale next fall.
Man, that's awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, hey, we probably have some emails and phone calls to get to. Can we do our first email?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. I got this one in, and you've probably seen this question before, too. It says, Adam, we have a student who is in 4 classes at our school, and he would like to take another 3 with virtual to graduate early. Is this possible? Have you seen that question before? What's your take on that?
Yeah. Well, it's possible. I don't know if it makes the most sense. It's possible, but I think what we need to address here is course rigor. When we talk about North Carolina virtual courses, they're difficult, they're robust, they're in-depth courses that are designed by a team of highly qualified teachers, and they're taught by a North Carolina highly qualified teacher. So I'm not sure if this makes sense. So the easy answer is yes, it's possible. The more in-depth answer to this question is I don't know if it's the best idea.
Yeah, I think just statistically we'll see where students, if they take that many virtual courses, they just get overwhelmed at the start and can never catch up, and they end up failing all 3 courses. Whereas if they just took one additional course, they still have their full-time schedule, but then just take one more with us, there's a lot more success with that. So this isn't, we're not going to be a click-through type situation here where you're just in front of a computer and you get credit after 10 or 15 hours of being online. You're going to encounter, everything across Bloom's taxonomy in our courses. So it's going to be rigorous for them, and even more difficult in the honors and AP courses.
And Adam, you're exactly right. Taking one additional course is a great idea. The success levels are there, as well as it makes you more competitive as you get closer to graduation. And when you do graduate and you look to go on to higher education. But you're right. Those honors and AP courses are honors and AP courses. They're not like you said, a happy clicking point and click kind of class. So again, yeah, you can take 3 courses. I don't think it makes much sense. I think you take that one additional course and be successful in that one additional course.
Right. I agree. Well, hey, we have a caller on the line. Let's get to that caller. Are you there, caller?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Preston Marshall. I'm down here at Apex High School, and I just had a quick question. I need some clarification. I understand that if I'm enrolling students in North Carolina virtual public school courses and Learn and Earn online courses, that those students must take those courses on my campus, and I must provide a facilitator for those students.
Oh, that's a great question, and we get that a lot.
Yeah, and it's not a requirement that you have to have a facilitator on campus. It might make sense in some situations, but not a requirement. Go ahead, Jay. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say that, here at North Carolina Virtual, one of the things that we encourage is blended learning and having kids taking courses at both the computer lab setting in a school with a facilitator and at home, and we're absolutely supportive of that. We do avoid things like, the uncle's house or the library because just the limitations that might come with that. But as long as the student is supported, if there's people who are there to support the student, that can be at home or with a facilitator at school.
And you'll find some students will work fine from home. Your high-flying students, they won't have a problem with our courses from home. But if you do have a facilitator available, you'll probably have some students that need to take their virtual course from a more structured environment, from a lab at school. Now, the state board has also said that you can be enrolled as a full-time student, collect ADM on that, and they have a combination of classes that are on campus and off campus. So you can definitely take advantage of that in your scheduling.
With all that said, Preston, the one thing that we need to remind you, though, is that we know that success in a virtual course, like in a face-to-face course, comes from support. So the more support you provide for that student, the more successful he'll be. But does that answer your question?
Absolutely. I appreciate your help, guys, and look forward to working with NCVPS and Learn and Earn online in the spring.
Great. Thanks for calling, Preston. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Preston.
So I got another email that just came through.
Okay, go ahead. What you got? I think so.
Let's see
go
here.
ahead.
Hey, Jay, I have a student who wants to drop a year-long AP course at the halfway point, basically at the end of the semester. If my student drops a course, can he or she get half the credit? You want to take that one, Adam?
Yeah, sure. We're not in the half credit business, so the student would have to complete the entire course just to get the 1 credit. And some of this, Jay, probably goes back to the question of rigor. I suspect sometimes the students don't realize how difficult the AP courses will be, and by halfway through they're ready to cut their losses and try to get out of the course. So. After the 10th day, we would have to issue a grade in the course, and we can't give just half credit.
Yeah, I think we need to remember, and this might be a good time to throw this out there, just kind of see if it sticks against the wall, but we do have drop policies, and when you enroll for a course, be it for a semester or a year-long course, you can drop in the first 10 days with no penalty. So that's a good time to check out the rigor and make sure it's something that you're able to handle, because you're right, we're not in the half-credit business. Once you get past that 10-day mark, you're committed for the school year. So that's a great question, but unfortunately the answer is no, you can't get half credit if you drop a year-long course halfway through. In fact, you will receive a grade.
Okay, well, I think that about takes up our time today, Jay.
Great. Thanks, everybody, for listening. This will be posted on our Facebook fan page. It will also be on the VLC.org, and we would love if you'd leave us some comments, ask us some questions. We love hearing from you guys. We love hearing from our fans. So, again, thanks for listening and being part of the Virtual Advantage, and we're out.